Welcome back, Truth Seeker. September 27th, 2018. It is the Jesuit Order's birthday. As I've educated about for years, the Jesuits have a lot to do with the rigging of professional sports and the rituals that are contained within ritual sports. So, here today on the Jesuit Order's birthday, Reid, who was temporarily blackballed from the NFL, is now being reinstated in the league, being signed by the Carolina Panthers. And I want to show you what a Jesuit order ritual this is. So we're going to work through it piece by piece, and then we're going to go back and look at the article that USA Today wrote about me before Super Bowl 50 and further prove that they were mocking the truth when they mocked me in that article. So, let me remind you about Super Bowl 50. I called that Super Bowl in October. I said why it would be the Denver Broncos over the Carolina Panthers and what it had to do with race war symbolism and the Black Panther Party. That Super Bowl was being hosted in the Bay Area where the Black Panthers were founded by Huey P. Newton. And as I pointed out then, in Gematria, Huey P. Newton sums to 58 like Freemasonry, like secret society. And if I was right about my prediction at the time, the Super Bowl would be Peyton Manning versus Cam Newton. And Cam Newton, who has the same last name as Huey P. Newton, who founded the Black Panther Party, he would become the 58th quarterback to start in a Super Bowl, which he did. Not arbitrary. Cam Newton with the Black Panther on his helmet, Super Bowl in the Bay Area, all this race war media content, white versus black, white Broncos, Black Panthers. I said in October why it would be the Broncos over the Panthers, why Peyton Manning would ride off into the sunset, why Von Miller, number 58, would be the MVP. And defensive MVPs are rare in the Super Bowl. Von Miller did become the MVP. The player drafted right after Cam Newton in the 2011 draft, the same draft that Colin Kaepernick was a part of, who played for the 49ers at that time. I also said why there would be a Black Panther tribute at the Super Bowl, and sure enough, Beyoncé got criticism for her and her dancers dressing up as Black Panthers. All of this stuff predicted months before the game was even played. And I got a lot of attention for my work, so I got the USA Today even making fun of me, which we'll come back to. But why is this happening today? Reid, the former 49er, at the time of that Super Bowl 50, why is he going to the Panthers today, the Jesuit Order's birthday? Let's look at this. So what jumps out right away when you know Gematria is that Reid wore the number 35 for the 49ers. That's a big Catholic number. The word Catholic equals 35. Eric equals 35. This language of letters and numbers is a secret Masonic language used every day to code media, from news stories to sports. Think about the only Catholic president, JFK. He was the 35th president. What you're looking at here with these four values, these are the four base ciphers. Alphabetic order, forwards and backwards with the rules of numerology. JFK, the 35th and only Catholic president, dead at age 46. Like how there's 46 books in the Old Testament of Catholic Bibles. But notice the overlap with Reid and Catholic. With the alphabetic order, Reid and Catholic both 71. With the reverse alphabetic order, Reid and Catholic both 145. Numerology also sums to 145 in the cipher. This study right here is numerology. The world elite use numerology every day to carry out rituals. And again, Eric is 35 too, like his jersey number. He's 26 years old right now. This NFL season began on the 26th of Elul on the Jewish calendar, September 6th, 2018, which was also a date with 26 numerology. That's why I predicted that game would be all about 26, the opening game of the NFL season, and the Eagles would win. Nick Foles would get his 26th win. Lo and behold, all the touchdowns scored in that game were by number 26, 2 for the Eagles, Ajayi, and 1 for the Falcons, Coleman, who also had one 26-yard reception on the game. The Eagles' only other points were a 26-yard field goal. Complete script. Record 26 penalties accepted. All mocking, all by the code. So anyway, Reid, today's the Jesuit Order's birthday, the big Catholic day, the Jesuits, the Masons within the Catholic Church. But hold on, there's a lot more. Notice the name Reid is 72, also like Jesuit order. Today's the Jesuit order's birthday. Jesuit order also 54. Today has 54 numerology. Getting this big, fat Jesuit ritual. Reid, 27 on the 27th. Notice Reid is 27 in two of the Ace-4 ciphers. But check it out. Here's where it gets really good. Today's date, September 27th, 2018, also has 74 numerology. 9 plus 27 plus 20 plus 18, 74. And from today to Eric Reid's upcoming 27th birthday is 74 days. How about that? 74 date numerology, 74 days. Why does that matter? Black Panther Party equals 74. Remember, Colin Kaepernick grew out the big afro just for the planned, contrived ritual. You know, Colin Kaepernick is not a quarterback. He only knows one rollout move. He only knows how to roll out to the wrong shoulder anyway and run and throw the ball if somebody's open. He's not a quarterback. He doesn't have quarterback footwork. He throws the ball like a baseball player. His role in the NFL was for this contrived puppet show because the whole NFL is a rigged script. It's all ritual. It's all subliminal programming. Like some of that major subliminal programming in the NFL is that black quarterbacks, they just don't got it. You know, you got to have the white guy back there. White people got more brains. That's why they're the best quarterbacks. Understand, this is all racism and programming and a sick joke in a rigged league. You know, if the NFL wasn't rigged, Mike Vick would probably have not enough fingers to wear Super Bowl rings, and Tom Brady would have never even made it because Tom Brady's a joke. The only reason him and Peyton Manning or anything, I mean, how dumb are people? Peyton and Eli win Super Bowls in back-to-back years. Their father's a former NFL quarterback. You can't see this as a father-son Freemason league. Almost every QB in the league has a former father that played. None of these people are even athletic. They can't even move. They're not fast. They have no agility. Football's a game of speed. Anyone who's ever played football knows that. You know, Tom Brady and Peyton Manning, his receivers are always just wide open. Throw these little short passes and their receivers run 80 yards down the field. You know, Bill Belichick over there in the hoodie. Chris Collinsworth, oh, Bill Belichick is such a genius. Sorry, never mind. I didn't even want to get into how stupid it all is. It's just such a joke. But the point is, this is how it's all scripted. So, Black Panther Party 74. Colin Kaepernick with his fake afro. And if I was ever going to diss a black quarterback, it would be him because he's not quarterback material. You know, he's fast, but he sucks. Anyway, 74. Even better, with the alphabetic order, Black Panther Party equals 191, just like Society of Jesus. And remind me, what's the physical description of Jesus in the Bible? Oh, it's a man with burnt brass skin and hair of wool. Doesn't that sound just like a white dude? Hair of wool and burnt brass skin. How many white people do you know that look like that? Not many, but I know a lot of black people that do. So anyway, Jesus is described twice in the Bible. That's his physical description. I don't know who this white Jesus is with the long brown hair. But Black Panther Party 191, Society of Jesus 191. By the way, that's the 43rd prime, and Jesus Christ has gematria 43 in this same cipher right here. If we wrote Jesus Christ with this full reduction cipher, 43, 191, the 43rd prime. Keep in mind, Eric Reid, his birthday is going to have 33 numerology this December. 33, Jesus. But with regards to 74 and it being the Society of Jesus' birthday and a date with 74 numerology and 74 days from Eric Reid's birthday, and again, this news coming on the Society of Jesus' birthday, look, with the alphabetic order, Jesus 74, Messiah 74, Cross 74, Parables 74, Gospel 74. And I'm going to explain what I just explained in the last video to pound home a point. You know, a lot of you aren't good at math. And statistics is something you obviously have no concept of. Because for all the people who come here and call this a coincidence, it's the statement of a straight-up retard, period. And understand, retard means stunted, lacking, which is exactly what you are if you think this is all a coincidence. You're straight-up retarded. Again, the odds of a number summing to 7, or a word summing to 74 in gematria, it's a small percentage. It's smaller than 10%. But just for the sake of argument, we're going to say that on average, 1 out of 10 words sums to 74. So if you write out a word, it has a 10% chance of being 74, which again isn't true. It's more like, I don't know, somewhere between 1 and 2%. But let's just say 10%. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words here that all go together. Jesus, Messiah, cross, parables, gospel. The story of Jesus comes from the gospel. Jesus spoke in parables. He was crucified on the cross. He's considered Messiah. They all go together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, this is the way statistics work. If there's a 10% chance of a word summing to 74, you multiply 10% times 10% times 10% times 10% times 10%. And if you're not good at multiplying percentages, here's how it works. 10% times 10%, and understand, 10% means 1 out of 10, right? If you multiply 10% times 10%, it becomes 1%, which means 1 out of 100. 1 out of 100. So the odds of Jesus and Messiah landing on 74 is 1 in 100. Now, if you multiply Jesus times Messiah times cross, and they're all 10%, now it's not 1%, now it's 0.1%, which means 1 in 1,000. So we have 1 in 1,000 odds of Jesus, Messiah, and cross all equating to the same thing. Now if we do parables, we have 1 in 10,000. And if we do gospel, it's 1 in 100,000. And the thing is there's not 10% odds of calculating a word. It's closer to 1%, which means the odds of all of these things being the same is about 1 in a million. You see? Does that seem like a coincidence to you? By the way, English with the same cipher equals 74, so does gematria 74, the practice of coding numbers into words. It's a Masonic practice, Masonic 74. Jewish 74, it's also a Jewish practice. You know, what are the odds? We're getting really, really, really tiny odds, like worse than the odds of winning the lottery now. And consider out of the 50 states of the United States of America, if you write out all the names with alphabetic order, only 1 sums to 74. You know what it is? It's the 33rd state, 33 and 74. Big numbers to the Masons. That state's Oregon, Oregon 74, the 33rd state. What are the odds? The other thing I want to point out is from September 27th to December 10th, Eric Reid's birthday, 2 months and 13 days, 213. Check out Black Panther, 213. Check out Black History Month, 213. Check out the day Tupac died from the day he released All Eyes on Me. His mother was a Black Panther. He released All Eyes on Me on 213, February 13th. He died 213 days later, September 13th. 13/9, Tupac Shakur equals 139, Freemasonry 139. Tupac died from a drive-by shooting. Drive-by shooting equals 213. What are the odds of those things all lining up like that? That's why I feel bad for all the retards who come here and call it a coincidence. I think, man, those people are just so dumb. Man, they're just so dumb. They think all this stuff's a coincidence day after day. What are the odds of being that dumb? Sadly, in the United States of America, the odds of being that dumb are pretty damn high. Probably higher than 50%, because it's a nation of functioning retards. It's the same reason people can't see through these rigged sports games. You know? The only reason all this is possible is because it's a society of retards. And don't ever let anyone tell you that that word retard's inappropriate, because it is the word that defines the people who live in this nation. Straight up retarded. Period. And we'll leave it there, Truth Seeker. Oh, wait, no we won't. We're going to revisit this article written by the USA Today trying to diss my work. Let's see what he had to say about my Black Panther thing here. Hold on. Where was it? I know he said something in here about the Black Panthers. The matchup of the white Broncos and Black Panthers clearly reflects what's going on in the world. Sports and the news media are rigged. You know? Yeah, they are. And I've proven my point about 1 million times since. And since calling this championship, I've called, how many other championships months and seasons before they even began? You know, what are the odds of doing that? Astronomical. For the record, billions of people have walked this earth. Only one person ever broke the code. So think about that too. Until next time.